He wants you to follow him because you want to, because of what he did for us. And that's what I feel like this campus is also doing. It allows you to find your own journey.
Welcome to the Trojan Insight, a podcast that takes a deeper look into our HLGU student athletes and the journey that their sport is taking them on. I'm your host, Harrison Askey, and today I'm joined by Nehemiah Baker, Jansen Floto, and Eric Hively. Thank you guys for joining. All right, can each of you guys just introduce yourselves, give us a little bit of background story?
Yeah, so I'm Nehemiah Baker. I've been playing at Hannibal LaGrange for 1 year. And then now I just got back for be a grad assistant here. I've been playing ball since I was 4. And then my dad was in the military, so I played everywhere. I played in Baltimore, California, Alabama, Georgia, Chicago, so Texas. I've been traveling everywhere. Hannibal is my 3rd school. Started out at a D2 in Alabama and then transferred to Lincoln Christian, played there for 2 years, and then finished my last year here. So that's kind of my long basketball journey of how I got here.
Out of all the states that you've played in, which state has the best basketball?
Ooh, dang. I mean, every area got its a style. I would say Baltimore was very pressure, guard heavy, and then I would say Cali was more you got the hybrids, what I call them. For example, a Cooper Flag is a hybrid. You got them 6'6" dudes who can do everything, jump out the gym. Baltimore was definitely just straight athletes when it comes to the guards, and then it was just all kinds of pressure. So I would say out of those two, because those two I would say is the highest level, I would definitely say probably Baltimore was the highest level of basketball I probably played.
Fair enough. You guys got any takes on that? Best basketball state?
I mean, it's got to be Illinois, right?
Basketball
Absolutely.
state. Okay, no,
good.
that's actually crazy.
Just Chicago.
They got good NBA players. That's about it, though.
What, Illinois?
Yeah, Chicago.
Oh, yeah, Chicago got good.
That's
If
all
we're
they got.
talking NBA, the best state is definitely Cali. Not even close.
Really?
It's not even close if you think about it. If it's not, it's
I mean,
actually,
the
even
most
in the
NBA
NBA
players
today,
in?
even in the
'Cause
NBA
they-
today, right now, it's Cali.
Because they got big cities all the way down.
Yeah, it's about to say yeah.
I mean,
It's
you
not,
got,
it's not even really fair though, because Cali's huge.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, y'all go ahead and introduce yourself. My bad, I didn't mean to talk about my state like that. Go ahead.
Which one?
I don't know.
The trenches, Baltimore?
No, that ain't no trenches. I was in the trenches. I wasn't in
introduce
the
yourself.
trenches. Go ahead, Jan.
Okay, my name's Jansen Floto. This is my 2nd year at Hannibal. I'm actually a 5th year, using my COVID year. Low key,
Dang.
probably shouldn't have done it. Body hurts. My story is completely different from Nehemiah's. I came from a very small school in Indiana. Town has about 850 people. Nothing's around it. You'll find it in a cornfield. Very small. Didn't play AAU. Out of high school, didn't have no offers. Last minute decision. The school reached out to me, and it was Lincoln, just where Nee was at. And I ended up there, played 3 years there. And then, obviously, I ended up here last year. I was actually committed to College of the Ozarks before, decommitted last minute, ended up here. And now I've been here for my 2nd year.
Nice. So you and Nee have always obviously played together. That's probably been really cool. And is it any different now that he's a grad assistant?
Yeah.
Coach Baker?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely different. He's definitely the best point guard I've played with. Being
No, you had it right. Don't try to take it back.
unselfish.
you had it right. He's the best point guard you
I
played
mean,
with.
he
Thank
made
you.
the game a lot easier for me
Yes, I did.
coming back the COVID year because my freshman year was just not very good at Lincoln. I was behind a lot of seniors and they didn't really mentor me. So Nee coming in, even though he was a transfer, he was able to help expand my game a lot more than I thought he was going to. And then obviously coming back the next year, we already had that chemistry. And then ended up here. Last year, the chemistry was just unmatched when we ended up here. And now I think he'll help me throughout the year last year. Obviously, yeah, I didn't expect him to be back, but it's good to have him back.
All right, my name's Eric Hively. I'm from a small town also, just like Jan. I'm from Illinois and been playing basketball all my life, really. And, I mean, I didn't really have very many offers out of high school either. I didn't play AAU. The closest one was 2 hours away. So, yeah, I've been here 3 years. And
then you're going to graduate this year, right?
Yep.
So that's going to be fun. Getting out a year early, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, I try to get ahead as much as I could of school and get out a year early, save some money there,
Makes sense. Okay, so Nehemiah, what are some different things that you've seen being a grad assistant now rather than a player? And obviously it's really early into that. So,
And, I mean, you see the game different just like standing on the sideline. And I get coach's point more now this year. Like last year, of course, being a player, you understand what he wants and you try to make that happen, especially as a point guard. But now, like being on the sideline with him and hearing like what makes him frustrated, which y'all do, I'm like, okay, I get it, and I see it from a different angle now. So I would say that's different because like last year, of course, any coach you have, no matter how great he is, you're gonna see, you're gonna like either disagree sometimes or not fully understand what he wants. But from this point of view now, I totally get it. And like last year, I'm like, man, I see why you were getting frustrated with me at times because you want the offense to run a certain way, you want defense to run a certain way. And last year, of course, you're not gonna always get the full picture, but now I can see why he does the way he does. And so I would say definitely that's the biggest thing. But besides like the understanding coach more, I mean, another big thing is like I ain't gonna lie, the itch to play is worse now. Like last year, like when you would come out and you're standing on the sideline, you like want to get back out there. Now it's like, dang, you wish you could have did this and that. And then that's where like the coaching of, okay, well, let me just tell, like, hey, Russell, let me tell you this, because I see what I would have done, especially knowing what I knew last year, knowing the perspective of what coach want. I'm like, hey, look, Eric, this is what he's trying to do. This is what you could have did different there. And so I would say definitely that's the, difference from this year and last year.
right. And that definitely makes sense why you feel like that, since you're like a part, basically an extension of coach at this
Right.
point. So like obviously you're going to see his side better. And that definitely helps, like being able to see the bigger picture out of all that. Yeah, I bet that itch to play is like hard.
Yeah, no, that's pretty bad, especially like if Jan go get a bucket and then he run down the court holding his 3 up. I'm like, okay, see, I'm about to get mad. I'm about to go out there and have to guard Jan. or like today, like Russell hit like 2 threes in a row, and I was like, all right, see, I want to go out there. I just want to play. But it's cool though, especially like I was all y'all teammate last year. We got 9 returners.
Yeah.
And seeing y'all like have fun out there, even if y'all go on a run, or even when y'all like even today like Blue struggled a little bit, and like that sort of like, man, I could be out there to help him, and so that definitely kind of it's a little bad.
Right. And I'll be seeing you practice before like we get to practice. So
Oh, yeah, I got to.
How easily you think you could just hop back out there
Oh, easy. I'm still neat.
tomorrow?
Nah,
Yeah.
you washed.
I'm still neat. Don't get it confused.
he's
Don't
washed.
get it confused. If
Aren't
y'all
you
want-
like 35?
You
Don't
need
get
to hang up
don't
the shoes.
get okay.
Tom.
First off, don't get confused. I could easily go out there and kill all y'all. So I'll just be waiting for coaches to give me the go. And look, we can do this tomorrow's practice. I'll just go out there and play on the bench team, and then I'll simulate
Hold on.
as the other team.
Let's
and then
not get it twisted. We don't have a bench. We don't know who's
okay,
playing.
you're right.
Yeah.
Well, how about let's do this? Y'all put the best 7 y'all got. I'll take the rest, and then we're gonna see who win. And then loser team gotta buy dominoes.
You think he Jimmy Butler?
Gotta buy, why you say gotta buy Domino's? You
Gotta
thinking
buy-
you're gonna get a discount from me if
Yeah.
my team wins? No, I'm double charging that.
That's what I'm saying. So, but yeah.
The crazy part is you probably run the offense better than some of the guys. But
Okay.
It is what it is.
No, but I mean I know it better. So I think y'all gonna have a good year this year, especially like y'all got 9 returners, and like last year we had 6 new people,
Yeah.
and then 6 returners from the year ago.
I
So
know.
trying to mesh that together and now, but this year we coming with a base of 9
9 returners,
people,
yeah.
and then like Kai picking it up so fast, and then Russell and Chris is starting to pick it up too, and DeVell starting to find his pieces too.
Finding the
Like,
roles.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The expectation should be like through the roof this year.
Yeah, we've learned a lot very quick this year
Yeah.
compared to the other years I've been here. I'm excited to see how we come out on the scrimmage on
Yeah,
Saturday,
bro,
because
for sure.
that's going to be a good test. If we're able to run our offense during the scrimmage and not like mess it up, that's really going to be a good sign for us. I know that sounds very simple, but like trust me, my freshman and sophomore year, he knows. He was there. Like we couldn't even run our offense in that first scrimmage. It was
Yeah.
bad. So
That's crazy.
I'm very excited to see it. Eric, you've been here for 3 years now. Nehemiah and Jansen, you guys have both been here for 2. Have you guys noticed any differences about school, like just in general, compared to last few years?
There's definitely, like to me, it's like a lot different. Like just like seeing like my first year here to now, like everyone on campus is different. Like there's only a small handful of people that were here whenever I first got here. So just like the dynamics and like groups of people that go around it's just different to see. And then obviously like on our basketball team, the like turnovers different because like there's only like 4 of us probably that have been here since I got here. So it's like building new relationships. And I think that the relationships that are built now in our team are definitely a lot like, I think we're closer now this year than like my freshman year. So it's just like a completely different feel to me.
I'd agree with that. I would say like your freshman year here, it was like we were close, but when it came to basketball wise, everybody kind of just had differing opinions on what they wanted out of basketball. So like some people were really invested, others were not.
Yeah.
And I feel like this year everybody's like been just really invested. Everybody comes to practice like ready to go.
And like I think that the people on our team now actually have expectations for ourselves, but like in the past people would have just been like, oh, we're just gonna
Go through practice and
yeah,
kind of just get it over with.
like we don't care if we win, we just want to get through it.
Oh
But-
yeah, that's for sure. We used to never even keep score in the scrimmages.
But yeah, people we care now.
Yeah, a lot has changed since you guys got here. Anyways,
better.
have you guys noticed anything, Jansen, Nehemiah?
Well, this only being the second year, I haven't noticed a lot. Like comparing to like how like we saw it at Lincoln, it's just like people do stay here more. Like at Lincoln, like obviously they shove like the biblical perspective down your throat a lot, and a lot of people can't take it. And like here, they don't force it down your throat. Yes, they were a Christian campus and they want us to read the Bible and have the biblical perspective, but they don't force it down everybody's throat like people think. And going to chapel once a week is not bad. Like the biggest thing for me is I noticed there's a lot of people that returned, but like yeah, people left, but I feel like there's more people back this year than there was here last year, and I think that plays a role with that financial situation that we dealt with a few years ago. So I think that's the biggest thing I've seen. It's just more people have stayed this year than last year.
I'd agree with that. I feel like our campus has like when I look around campus, there's people who I actually don't know. Where compared to last year, it was like I knew everybody and I felt like everybody could be fit into like the CAF at one time, and we'd still have like open seating. Nehemiah?
I mean, no, I haven't seen much of a difference. I would definitely say, like what Jan was saying about the biblical view of it here. And that might come off as like, well, we want people to want to believe in God, and that's true, but they don't shove it down your throats. They allow you to grow into your own faith and walk in your own walk with God. And so I've definitely, that's why when we came on our visit, you don't really see that yet. And then when I did decide to come, then I started to find out like, oh, okay, they do allow you to kind of find your own walk, find your own journey with God by yourself. And there's still help, but they don't force it. And because I don't want to, like, even me personally as being a Christian leader, I don't want to force anybody to do it. No, that God doesn't even do that. Because God can easily make all of us obey every commandment. He wants you to follow him because you want to, because of what he did for us. And that's what I feel like this campus is also doing. It allows you to find your own journey in walking with God. And then if you need help, there's people and tools that we all, like FCA or coming in the chapel or stuff like that. So I definitely can see that with this campus as well.
All right, and that's really good. That's how it's supposed to be. Like,
Yeah.
You shouldn't be forcing anybody into anything. It's got to be your own personal choice.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you leave this environment, you're just going to go back to your old ways
Exactly.
if you're
Yep.
just forced into
For sure,
it.
bro.
All right, can you guys talk about just the process, the recruiting process that came to get you guys here with Coach Durst and stuff? Eric, you can
All
start.
right, I'll go first, I guess. So, I mean, I've known Coach Durst for a long time, really. So, I mean, we've been in contact, like, all throughout high school. And, I mean, so for me, this was just, like, the best financial option for me. So I didn't really, like, look into any other schools at all. And, I mean, it was a pretty easy decision for me to come here just because I already had a relationship with Coach Durst, kind of. We've known each other for a while. And my brother played here too, so I mean, and my mom worked here, so it was just an obvious decision for me, and pretty quick one too.
And probably helped, like, seeing that your brother played here. He probably gave you, like, what Coach was going to expect of you. Did
Yeah.
you know anything of, like, Chin, like our offense, before you came here?
Well, not really, no.
I didn't know if it was, like, since you'd been talking to Coach, and, like, I didn't know if you'd seen any games, and, like,
Yeah,
since we
I've seen
branch in a lot.
I've seen
like,
a lot of games, yeah.
I heard your brother was a bucket.
I mean, he was all right.
But
What's the definition?
how long he played here?
4 years.
For real?
Coach was saying he was 6'5" and bouncy,
And you
but
were
he couldn't
just-
shoot.
But
Okay,
you were, and you
so-
were
He
just-
shoot all right.
So what are you compared to him?
So if
I'm
we-
6'1".
If y'all lined it up and played 1-on-1.
Like who's
He hasn't played me in like 5 years because he knows I beat him now.
Okay, but
Now?
I'm just saying,
Since he
and both
since he
of y'all
left college.
in the
pick,
prime?
Pick
in
your
the
prime year of why you were here,
This your
right?
prime year?
Okay,
It's your
and we're
last
going
year.
1-on-1. Make it, take it. Are you going to touch the ball?
First-
if he
who gets ball
starts with
first?
First
he
to
starts
7.
with ball.
He'll miss
Wow.
a shot eventually, and then I won't miss.
We going to 21.
Be
Who's-
realistic here.
What's the score? 21.
It'd be close, actually. I think. I mean,
In the prime? Is this your prime year? I need to know.
I'm
Or is
looking
last
for a
year?
score. What's going to be the score?
I don't know. Probably like
He's 6'6".
he's 6'5".
You're 6-0.
He's, I don't know.
You're gonna lose.
It'd be like 21-17.
You?
Yeah.
You were
No,
not confident.
no, I don't
He
think
was not
so.
confident at all.
I don't
Said,
think so.
No,
yeah.
That's
I
actually
almost
funny.
beat him whenever I was in high school. So
Okay,
I mean,
yes, I think that's settled.
How many years out of college was he when you were in high school?
it was probably. I mean, to be fair though, we played on like a grass court with a rim that was like sideways. But yeah, he was in college at the time.
Wait, how old is he? How much older is he than you?
7 years.
Dang.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh yeah, he's sonning you.
Oh,
That
yeah, I'm not
conversation's
gonna-
over.
It's that.
Why?
It's that
He's
big
7.
body.
Yeah, nah. 7 years older than you, and he's 6'6". You're
He's
6.
He's 6'4", 6'5", not 6'6".
Anyway,
He's 6'5" with boots on.
with boots on.
okay, that's wild. But my journey here, anyway, my journey to Hannibal was very different. I didn't like they said earlier. I only had one offer, and that was at Lincoln, like out of high school. I played my last 2 high school years was in homeschool teams. So I had like nobody coming to my gym. Like
I feel that.
my high school gym was literally like one side was just a wall, and then it was just a few seats. Like we were like state champs, like 3rd in the nation. Went down to Liberty University, played nationals there, got 3rd place out of like 200 something teams. So we were like one of the best out there.
How did I never know you played homeschool ball? I did,
Oh, yeah,
I had
bro.
to do all that stuff too. Were you in the? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. It's like
Ours was-
NCSHA or something.
Yeah,
like
we
that.
played in that too. Yeah, because and then like the East Coast Championship was at Liberty University, and they had like you go into their rec, like not even for the athletes, just the regular students, like 8 courts. That's where we played that's where the nationals was. Everybody from the East Coast met down there, and yeah, so like we weren't just no regular team. And I still no offers. No, every school told me I was like too small. Blah 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 blah. So then Lincoln, gave me my first shot. Played there, then Lincoln closed down, and then our coach, like new Coach Durst, and it was like, hey, he kind of set it up, and then we came down for a visit, and I had a few schools at that point wanting me. A couple schools in Florida, a school up in like Minnesota, but I didn't even go on any other visit. Hannibal, well, I actually went on one, but Hannibal was the best visit I went on. So I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna end up going. It was a long decision though, cause like right after the 100% trip, I was like, I don't really know, and then eventually kind of decided to come here, and then it was the best decision for me for sure. Even though like I'm from Georgia, so it's a 16-hour drive, it was still the best decision for me. Cause like I was saying earlier, like I'm big on faith, and knowing that I was allowed to walk in that and be a Christian leader, not on and off the court, and walk in my journey, it was big for me. So that's why that's how I ended up here.
That's good. I really did not know you played homeschool basketball.
Yeah, bro. Last 2 years, I played my freshman year and sophomore year. I played at a public school, like a 3A, and then we moved, and then my parents decided to homeschool me, and then I was homeschooled the last 2 years. It's raining.
I was about to say. I was
No,
like,
it's
is this
raining.
thing?
It's
That's
raining.
raining?
Yeah, that's raining.
I thought this was an audio thing on the
No,
pod.
that's raining outside. But yeah, so that's how. Yeah, I played homeschool last 2 years.
I don't know. I was on the west Coast for that stuff. So
For real?
my nationals was in Oklahoma, but we went to like the D2 of it because
For
our
real?
our school didn't have our team didn't have enough money to make it
Bro,
out there.
Were you actually like homeschooled? Like you did it on a laptop?
I was
or-
homeschooled. Like my
or
mom
your parents? Yes, yeah. I
put a
didn't have
curriculum
that.
out,
For real.
and I went
a
off
few
that
of my
for 4
like a few
years.
of the teammates I had was like that. Then a few had like went to a private school that didn't have any sports, so they were allowed to play. I was like basically online high school. That's how I did mine. But yeah,
That's fair. Yeah, it's different going that route because you won't ever really see college coaches.
Oh,
you just
no.
got to get like good highlights, and
Yeah,
then
bro.
occasionally, like, I had one coach show up to a homeschool game, and that was my junior year when we went to we went to Texas, and there was one coach there, and that was it.
I'm gonna tell this quick story. I ain't big to brag on myself. I'm about to brag on myself a little bit. Okay, so look,
Humble
no.
yourself.
Listen. So we playing this team, and they got like a dude who's like 6'8". So they had a college coach there. So right when I saw he was sitting over there, I was like, oh, I'm finna get to it, right? So I started the game off like killing, right? I'm just killing, like I'm like crossing people up, getting threes, talking crazy. I got like 20 at half. And so then halftime go over, I look over, he's still looking, but he's like writing some stuff on paper. I'm like, all right. So it's third quarter, we beat them by like 15. I'm still scoring, I'm still going crazy. I ain't passing at all. Like I probably had like 0 assists that game. And I look up and he's on the phone, not even paying attention. So I'm like pissed because he's like not even watching. And I'm like, then my heart get broken because he's on the phone, he gets up and walk out. I'm like, bro, and I looked over at my dad, because my dad already knew what I was on. He saw me look over there, and it broke me. I was done. Like, the next 2 games, I played back. I'm like, I finally had a chance of a college coach sitting there. He was on his phone almost the whole second half, and then got up and walked out. That was the only time in my whole, 2 years I played homeschool where it was a college coach there. And I probably had, 38.
Dang.
Like,
oh my
no lie,
gosh.
on everything, I promise. And he just literally walked out, didn't care. I was like, all right. I was done, bro.
That's how it be sometimes. These coaches don't got, when it comes to recruiting, it really is so difficult to get recruited because it's just.
But that's just for us regular. We gotta hear Hollywood Jan's story of how he got here.
What?
Go ahead, Jan.
Okay. Story's a little bit like knees.
Yeah, right. Until after Lincoln closed down. Go ahead, tell them about your offer, fam.
Okay. Obviously, out of high school, one offer, Lincoln, last minute. They were actually trying to get a hold of me for 2 weeks. Had the wrong phone number, calling some random dude in Iowa. So they get the right number. I signed last minute. I'm there. End up there. Lincoln obviously goes back to seminary school. We have to find a new place. Out of all the visits, I won't lie, did not like it here at all when we came on it. But Durst was one of the first ones to reach out. He was like first or second. Had about a 20-minute phone call. Told me everything, how he wanted me. Shot me an offer right over the phone. Didn't even have me on a visit yet. Just shot me an offer. He's like, if you want to come. Ended up obviously committing to College of the Ozarks because it was still cheaper somehow. It felt right. The coach is a really good coach. Obviously, when they were in NAI, he's a national champion. He's had good players. They've produced 20 All-Americans there. Well-respected institution. Just on paper looked great. Campus was beautiful. And then I get down there and realize that I don't belong there. Felt very outcasted. The tattoos was a big thing. Made me cover them all up, and it's 95 degrees outside, so I can't do it. And
so, what kind of fits were you having to wear? Are we talking just straight, fitted out, full jacket and pants every day?
So, the first few days, it was I didn't want to wear a long sleeve because it's 95 degrees and humid down, and so I used neck garters. Put them on my arm and then just had a short sleeve shirt, and then my leg one I had to put a Band-Aid over, and after they told me I had to put a Band-Aid over my leg, I was like, yeah, nah, this ain't for me. I just felt I was like, no, it's gone. And all the other school and even once I dwindled it down, ended up there Hannibal wasn't in my top 5, and
Because he had 20 offers.
I didn't have 20 offers. I had
my fault.
I had
19.
I had 13. And
Hollywood.
It sounds messed, but I was down to Culver, Goshen in Indiana. They're in the Crossroads, and what was my other one? Me?
I don't remember.
Besides you,
I don't remember.
But obviously,
Too many to count.
You need to chill. But I reached out to Boogie, our GA from last year. And it was last minute because you guys haven't started classes and we were getting ready to start, and I was like Boogie, I was physically I was in my bathroom crying because I was I made a big mistake, and I was obviously being this late we have 2 days before classes start no college coaches. So I was like, you're my only chance. And so I reached out to him. He texted Durst. Durst threw me the offer again. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I'll come. Because I told Boogie, I was like, if Durst doesn't take me, because he was my only chance, because no other coach, every other coach was set with like their roster. And I was like, I texted Nee, and I talked to like 8 different people. I'm like, this is my only chance. And I was like, Boogie, if like he doesn't offer me, like I'm just going to hang it up. Like I'm just going to go start working, get my degree online, and just hang it up. So really, everybody calls me Hollywood here or something like that, but I really am eternally grateful for Durst taking me last minute and ending up here. And I don't regret not coming here. I've had a great time. Obviously, like I came back and I wanted to play my 5th year here. So like, and like having, like Nee said before, having 9 returners now, it just made it that much easier instead of just going to someplace else and just starting fresh and not having nobody there with you. That's what, and then, yeah, just ended up here like that. That was my recruiting process. Very awkward, very weird, very bad route. I don't recommend anybody ever to do that. On paper, it felt right to go to C of O. Me and the coach, I was connected the best with him, and I felt like he was like, you'll be our number 1 option. Like you're gonna fit. Like they just like I was gonna fit what they wanted, and that's why I chose there. And then obviously, and I was gonna be by myself, so I knew it was a hard decision. And like I didn't commit until like a month before school started because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And then Durst ended up taking me, and then last year was obviously got hurt, but I had a great year last year, and I wouldn't change it for the world if I had to. But
and that's good that you came because, I mean, we for sure needed you guys. Like, I remember talking to him during that summer. We had 5 people committed to coming back in August. And we were like, what are we going to do right now? Like, I remember specifically texting him. I said, I do not know what this season is even going to, like, if we'll even have a season. Because obviously this is whenever any excuse to cut things from the budget would be taken.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, if we only have 5 guys, like, yes, we have a JV program, but what's the odds that, like, our president just says, nope, just cut it for the year.
Yeah.
Like, come back, like, next year.
I would say that was in the back of, like, me and Nee's mind a lot. Like, obviously, Eddie, it wasn't really in him. Like, he loved it here. Like, we could just tell when we got here, he loved it here. But, like, me and Nee, like, when Durst told us about the financial situation, we were literally here because of the financial situation. We were just like, nah, like, that's just, that ain't for us. Like, we were just freaked out. Like, because, like, if we ended up coming here and obviously we ended up closing it, I would have hung it up. I'm like, it's meant to be to not play anymore. Like, but
100%, I get that. I mean, we were the same way. It was just like, what in the world do we do? Do we stay here? Because if if we got shut down in the middle of the semester, like, what happens with our transcripts, all that? Like, it's really hard trying to tell people you have a degree from a university that doesn't exist.
yeah.
Yep.
So we were definitely all worried about that, but luckily it ended up working out.
That's Boogie.
Shout out to Boogie.
Yeah, like he said, though, like, I wouldn't even, like, going back, because, like, I had a couple schools who was trying to get me, but I wouldn't change it if I did it again. Like, and, like, in honesty. Like even, especially, like, with us, like, I've been on a few teams before, like, even, like, Lincoln. We were a team, but they had a lot of problems. They were clearly, this side of the team likes each other, and this side of the team likes each other. And I'm, like, awkwardly in the middle. Like, I fit in well with this side and this side, but I'm always with this side because I live with this side. So it was like, but here, nah. But I'm going to be 100% honest. Like, I'm going to tell a story about Eric. Okay, you ready? So, when we got here.
I know what you're saying already.
When we got here, Eric did not talk to me. Eric didn't talk to me for, when did Eric finally talk to me?
I don't know.
Eric didn't say that
Christmas
to me
break.
Eric didn't say that to me on the visit. Eric didn't say that to me, like, first couple of, like, weeks here. And I remember all of us had conversations, like, everybody seems pretty cool, but I don't think Eric likes me. I don't know why I was like, I don't think Eric likes me. But then for it all to be, like, full circle now, and, like, Eric to be, like, my son now, it's just like,
Whoa.
That's crazy.
It's just
That's crazy.
It's just like a big, like, love
like-
story, you know what I'm saying? So
We're like distant cousins.
Distant cousins.
no, but no, like, for real, like, the team, like, we honestly all like do click pretty well. Like, of course, we all ain't gonna be best friends sitting around the campfire saying kumbaya all the time, but like we're a pretty close group. So,
I would agree with that. Yeah.
So like honestly, I wouldn't change that decision for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like part of that, like what was going on with you and Eric, was like differences in schedules. Because I remember, like, I would be in the gym, but it would be like I'd see one of you guys at like 4 different times, and it's like I never knew when y'all was coming. Because I usually had like last year I had a schedule where I was coming in at like 4 o'clock flat every day, and it was like I would like always go to that. But then it would be like, oh, you guys are going at 6, or some of you guys would go at noon.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that might have been a little bit of it. Not that.
Yeah, I think I just like I didn't go out of my way to like talk to the new people really. Like I didn't really talk to you either, did I?
He said hi to me on the visit. He came up, shook my hand down at the basket. He's like, "Hi, my name's Eric. I'm a freshman." I said,
See, I didn't really like go out of my way to like get close to people. I just kind of like hung back to where I was comfortable, like with the returners and stuff, you know.
Yeah, which I think that's definitely part of the leadership that we were under, because
Yeah.
whenever I was a sophomore and he was a freshman, it was like, nah, you let them come find us. Like, we aren't going to talk to them, doing any of that stuff, which, looking back at it, that's a really bad way to do things. Like,
Yeah. It's weird.
as a senior now, I would like make sure to go out my way, go talk to the freshmen, try to talk to everybody, you know.
Yeah. And it's weird for us to be like close now, because it's like we didn't talk. I didn't even really talk
Facts.
to anybody really in the beginning, just because it's weird to try to find that out now, like how it's gonna be and everything. And for like me and Eric to be close, that was weird.
But yeah, you was also an outcast because he was in.
Oh yeah, I was in the
Brown.
other,
Or no, Crouch.
Yeah, I was in Crouch. So yeah.
never saw that man.
Okay, what has been each of you guys' favorite thing about HLG?
This might be like a basic answer to that, but like the people that I met here have been like really like it's been really good for me, I think, because like compared to high school, I think I've met like more people here that I'm gonna be close with like for longer than like anywhere else I've been.
That's definitely
That's
for
more
sure.
common.
Yeah,
than-
and then like even one of our teammates last year, Jacob, who lives in Cali now, like I still
Mhm.
talk to Jacob.
Yeah.
So I would definitely agree with that. The people here, like the connections and the bonds we built. Like even if I wasn't gonna be back for the GA this year, I'd already was like scheduling times when I was gonna come and see y'all play. It was gonna be like before Christmas, and then it was gonna be like senior night, and then it was gonna be because like, are you graduating this year too?
I am.
Are you gonna walk in May?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like we're all gonna walk together.
Hey.
Like us 4, and I think Bryce, and then KB,
KB.
and then Joe, and is Nick graduating?
Joe. Yeah.
So yeah, so like I already knew
Those
like
gonna be some tough Instagram
Joe.
photos.
like that's what I'm saying. Like literally almost the whole
Joe's
team.
not graduating.
No, he's not.
Joe got
Jaden-
another year.
Jaden is.
Jaden,
is.
yeah, that's what I was thinking of Jaden. So like all us to walk together is just like I would definitely agree with Eric. The people, even though I don't like agreeing with Eric. That's okay. No, I gotta
Yeah,
come
it's
up with
bad.
something else.
It's all right, little bro.
No, oh wait, no, I got one. Mine was I would definitely say FCA was really cool with Coach Paul. That's a good one. Like he, I remember he first talked about the idea of doing it in the hospitality suite, and then he asked me like our 3rd time having it. He was like, "Do you mind saying some words, like just saying a quick little testimony of like, you know, how you came into faith and stuff?" And so I would say that's definitely one of my favorite things that's happened here. I would say, of course, the people, and then FCA.
And FCA's on every Monday.
FC, I
Every
don't know if
Monday.
he changed it this year.
Every
I just-
Monday at 7 in the loft, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah.
Every
Upstairs.
Monday at 7 in the loft
Yeah.
for the people listening. Jensen?
I don't want to piggyback, but yeah, I would say that's my biggest thing. Even just coming from Lincoln, it's just the people.
Yeah,
I mean, you
for sure,
build the
bro.
best relationships, I feel like, in college because you're around them a lot more. And like, but like, you guys don't have like, we don't have our parents involved, so like, your connections can grow a lot deeper and a lot quicker than like, if like you just saw them like in school, like in high school. Other than the people and having those connections, I would say is definitely the facilities and dorms. The facilities, they're not great here, but you know, they're an upgrade.
Oh, for sure. Big upgrade. Like, remember we walked in the gym, I was like, oh my gosh, we actually got 2 courts. So, like, I don't know the struggle of
Yeah,
at
like-
Lincoln. It was 1 court. So if volleyball had practice and you wanted to shoot, you couldn't. You had to wait till they were done. So volleyball had practice, women's had practice. It'd be late. Like if we practice at like 4 and volleyball practice late, and the girls practice, you guys sit around because there's no other court outside. There's no other court nowhere on campus.
How late could you get into the gym?
No, the gym would close like at like 10, at 9. So it was nowhere else. But the fact that it came in here, I remember that was the first thing I loved when we walked in. It was the blue court and it was the wood court. I was like, oh, yeah. I like this. Yeah. So that's a good one.
Yeah, that or like, I mean, he lived in Crouch last year, so that was like Lincoln's dorms, like everybody's dorms.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
But especially living in Fletcher now, having your own bathroom, having a kitchen, like having your own closet, like it's an actual closet, like and you have carpet. We didn't have carpet, and that was a big thing. And like
Air conditioning.
Couldn't. I mean, we had air conditioning, but you couldn't control it.
Yeah, you just had to
Like
wait
the
for it.
RD controlled the whole building, so like he would have it on like 76 in the winter sometimes. Like he'd be sweating. Like we'd have the windows open, and like in the summer, we have like the AC units that like you put like you have to physically like put in the window, like really old, and you can take them out.
Oh.
So like a lot of them were old and they would break, and like that's my biggest thing is like, you know, we're not living in a toilet no more.
Yeah, we're pretty taken care of. I ain't gonna lie.
Compared to Lincoln.
Yeah.
And then like the food, a lot of people don't like the food here, but we ate like rolls like every day at Lincoln because it was like so bad. Like I don't know how many times me and Nee would like have to make like a gas station run at like 10 o'clock to like just have something because we get out of practice at like 6:30 and the caf be like almost closed, so you know they didn't make any new food for like 40 minutes and there's like nothing in there. So I would say the biggest thing is dorms and like food for me, even though like a lot of people don't like the food here, but I'm like it's like a 5-star buffet
The
here.
sub shop.
And the sub shop
We ate at the sub shop probably like the first 2 weeks we got here.
Yeah,
We were
the
in
sub
love
shop
with the
was
sub
good.
shop. We were in love with it.
It still is good.
Yeah.
It still is good. You just got to go and get everything double toasted.
Facts.
They just
Double toasted.
they don't be making it hot. All right. We have our first scrimmages on Saturday. What would you guys say we need to do in order to best prepare for them? Start with Eric here, actually. Start with the youngest. Or
Like comparing to the past, like we've showed up there in the past and just like not been ready, like with our energy and competitiveness, and just like we don't know what to expect whenever we show up there, I feel like. So like if we can just show up like kind of with a chip on our shoulder, bring our own energy and bring our competitiveness and just like want to be there, basically, I think that we're going to be all right.
I would say our biggest thing is like obviously we don't really know, like it's a scrimmage, so everybody's gonna play. And I think the biggest thing is people just need to realize that like everybody's gonna play, and this is just glorified practice in coach's words, and we need to take we need to not take this for granted, because like obviously like when we scrimmaged last year, we scrimmaged way before this. Like we play next week, like this, like to have scrimmages this late right before your first games, it's a little weird, but it'll be good for us, because I think it'll really show. So I feel like in the practices, like our practices are either really good or they're really bad. Like some days we'll have a lot of turnovers, or like some days we're not shooting well, or then there's other days where we're hitting everything and like everybody's energetic, but like we can't let those things like fluctuate our energy. And like piggybacking off of Eric about energy, like we're gonna struggle. Like our offense isn't gonna be fluent at all on Saturday. Our defense isn't gonna be 100%. Like we're gonna struggle all the time on the court, and I think the biggest thing is just that we have to stay together and realize that like we're doing this to show our flaws so we can prepare for our actual like season.
Yeah, I would say focusing like on ourselves instead of trying to worrying too much about the opponent, worrying too much about the score, because like every day you want to take steps, and this is just a bigger step that we can take, finally play together. Like I've been killing each other in practice, so being able to have the same jersey on, go out there and compete. So I would say the thing to focus on would be like worry about ourselves, make sure we doing what we need to do. So, because like you said, we're not gonna run everything right. It's our first game. We're not gonna remember all defensive assignments. So making sure, but we are taking the proper steps into getting to that quick turnaround when we got to go up there and play cover. I would say that's what we got to focus on.
yeah, I'm gonna add this real quick. I think preparing for the physicality of it is
Yeah.
going to be really important for us, because the bumps that we're getting in practice are going to be twice as much in the game.
Yeah.
Screens are going to be real screens that they could be moving, but you're just going to have to deal with it. I feel like that's going to be like, at least as a big, that's going to be a huge like thing to prepare for, because in practice you can't really simulate it.
Yeah, and like the good thing is we're playing two very different like opponents too. Like John Woods, a little more our size, a little more play at a different pace than when we play. Who is it?
Southeastern.
Yeah, when we play them, they're like big. They're bigger than us.
Athletes.
They're more athletes, so they're gonna play way faster. So being able to get that test of seeing both right before we go out and play a real game is good as well.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Last question I really have planned here for you guys. What has been the best basketball advice that you've gotten from a player, coach, teammate, or other type of mentor that has helped you out the most?
Would probably be, well, two things. I would say one, as far as like skill wise, would be change your pace. Like, don't always go fast, go slow, fast. Because like I'm really fast, and if I play at like 100 miles an hour all the time, it's easy to predict what I'm gonna do. But if I play at like a 10, a 7, if I do like that, it's that like open my eyes more. And then as a point guard, so like more like leadership wise, I would say the best advice was to be the type of leader somebody would want to run through a wall for. And I remember when my dad first said that, I didn't really get it. I thought that just meant like lead by example, but it was even more than that, like taking that extra mile and not only leading by example, but saying the right things. Because there's a way you can correct somebody. There's a way to say it. Like some people react different. Like the way I can tell Jan he's wrong is probably not the same way I can tell Eric. Like Eric might take offense to me yelling, but Jan probably has no problem with me yelling. He probably can react better to that. So that learning that was probably those two things were the biggest things I learned and was most helpful to me in basketball.
That's good.
I have like two things too. Biggest piece of advice I had was that really like opened my eyes was like being in high school, and my high school coach played D2, so like he knew what it took to play college basketball, and he was an undersized big. He was 6'5", playing the 5 at this D2. But like he was like, I just thought it was like so easy because like I'm playing so good in high school, but like he opened my eyes because I'm like, yeah, I'm averaging a lot of points and stuff at a small Indiana school, but he's just like, if you really want to play college basketball, you got to separate yourself, because he's like, he told me, he's like, there's 10,000 other 6-foot white guards trying to go play somewhere, and there ain't enough roster spots for everybody. So like he told me that like at Christmas of my senior year, like I just like, it opened my eyes a lot more, because I was just like, oh, I think I'm just going to get offers because, you know, I'm playing good. And, like, I didn't really think of anything of it. So when he did that, and then obviously me learning, only getting one offer still out of it, it's just like that I need to realize that, like, it's a lot harder than people think to play college basketball and just not take it for granted. My second biggest thing was probably, like, big advice was probably be that I got from our old coach was, because at Lincoln, I told him, I was like, I think I'm just going to, because my mom was battling some health issues, and I was just like, I think I'm just going to stay home so I can be close to her. But my mom wanted me to stay, and I was just like in this thing, and he's just like, you have to realize that like basketball is not going to be your savior in life. And he's like, you got to love the game. If you're going to come do this, he's like, you have to want to do this. And he's like, you have to realize that like basketball isn't going to be there for you after. Like your mom and like your family and like your spouses is going to be there for you. Like he's like, you got to separate basketball from your other part of life, because if you base your life around basketball, he's like, you're not going to succeed in life. Because he's like being in the coaching business, he's like, I've seen it at D2, D1, here at Lincoln. And I was like, so when he told me that, I was like, I love the game, but like I need to realize that like my family is important. Like they're the reason I'm here playing the game. So like that's really like why like I was like, once the game is like gone, like I know I'm gonna have them to support me. I think that was the biggest thing of advice he told me. He's like, just relying on your family after the game.
That's really good.
So for me, similar to knee, one of the things like my coach always told me was that you need to have a change of pace, change of direction. And that's like the most effective thing you can do as a ball handler, really, because, you know, it's easy to guard if you're going to do the same thing every time. The more important thing for me, I think, is I was told to play at your own pace. And I think, like, especially as a point guard, it's just like really easy to get sped up, like you're getting pressed or just pressured at all. You can get sped up and you just really get taken out of your game, and then you're not going to be impactful at all, at least positively. And so if you can just like control yourself and play at your own pace, then I mean the pressure won't matter to you, and you'll be comfortable and be able to put yourself in a position to score or get someone open so they can score.
That's good.
For sure. Oh wait, and I actually have one more. Another one thing that was like huge for me was my AU coach told me, he was like, use your teammates. I remember I was like, what do you mean use them? He was like, y'all on the same team, you can learn from them. And I'm like, and like a lot of the moves I do, like of course I come up with them and I've learned and study, but I'll ask my teammate like what, like certain moves I've learned and that y'all have seen me do a lot, I've picked up from teammates I've had. It was like, you know, if you do it like this, you can get it. And I remember, like even my first year at Lincoln, our coach like pulled me to the side. He said, you know what, I'm gonna be honest with you, you're probably gonna be like a low 30% shooter from three. And I was like, no, he did not just say that. I was like, I can shoot. Like, you're not shooting that well, so I'm gonna be honest, you need to blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So then I worked hard as I could all summer trying to get my shot right. And then it was like a couple of weeks before like classes actually started, I got there early. And Jan was there, and I asked Jan, like, so, because, like, Jan, we all know is a good shooter. And I asked him, I was like, so what do you, I said, I'm having this trouble of when I pick the ball up, I'm coming from here to up to my shot. He's like, you just got to remember it's one motion. And from the stuff I was working on this summer and then what he told me, I ended up being like I think I shot like 38, 39 that second year at Lincoln. And I remember I like told my coach, like, you know, coach, I'm not shooting low 30%. But like little stuff like that. So like that big thing of learning from your team, because like I have no problem asking, like, especially if somebody do something that's hard. Like even like Bryce on our teammates, certain moves he do, I'm like, Bryce, how do you do that? Like when Bryce gets to a spot and he elevates because he can jump so high, I'm like, Bryce, what do you do when you're on the right side and you get to that point? Like, how do you get there so fast and then jump straight up and not let your body? So like little stuff like that of learning from your teammates and not just using them to help you win a game, but it helped me build myself. That was, I would say that's right up there with the other two I said.
That's really good. Okay, is there anything else you guys would want to talk about? How we feel about Wembanyama?
I mean, I think he's going to be a beast. I mean, if you, like, the reason why at first when I first saw him, I was like, I don't really know how I'm going to feel about him. But at the end of the day, basketball is real simple. And when he can dribble, he can shoot. And he can do that at 7'4", just that alone is like, okay, forget everything else. Forget his feel for the game. Forget the plays he's going to run. But just those alone, he's already above other people just because he could do those two things extremely well at 7'4". And then you throw another stuff he's already good at, like step backs and all the post-ups and everything. So I'm all on the Wemby train, no lie.
I think he's the second best 7-footer. That was a rookie first-round draft pick in that game the other night. And it showed, too, on the stat sheet, not going to lie.
Stat sheet.
16 and 12. Shout out Derek Lively the second.
Shout out Derek.
I hope you're watching this.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. I was not a believer in Derek Lively because he has no post game. But his role
he's
on
just athletic.
Well, I'm about to say, in the NBA, you don't even need no more posts. I knew he was going to be pretty good. I figured he was going to be like a DeAndre Jordan. Like athletic, rebounding, blocking shots. I feel like he was going to be that. But let's slow down on him being better than Wemby. One of them has to carry the whole freaking
Spurs
city and team on his back. The other one can feed off of Luka and Kyrie. So let's calm down, okay?
Luka's gonna be in the MVP talk.
Let's calm down, okay? So
he's gonna be in the MVP talk because of who he's throwing lobs to.
Okay, I'm just saying that's literally bogus. that's literally bogus. Because if Wemby didn't even get in foul trouble, he was literally
he started
killing
hoop.
Grant Williams. He was killing Grant.
He's-
Killing
yeah.
Grant Williams, and when Derek got on him, he made him wish he went back to Duke. He was literally murdering him.
He was pulling up in his
So that's
face,
what I'm
huh?
saying. So Wemby, to me, I like Wemby. I think he's gonna be good.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm on the
I
I like him.
Mhm.
I don't know how like he's gonna like translate that much
Fact.
being so skinny.
Right.
But like Nee said, like he's a 7'4" guard. Like
Yeah.
that's unheard of.
Like, bro came off a screen and literally hit in and out between the legs, got to the spot and pulled up. I'm like,
It's just like the game now being positionless basketball, and like him being it, like the fact that they run him at the 4, being 7'4", is just like shows that like he has guard skills at 7'4", and people like he's coming down shooting tween pull up threes and transition as 19, and it's just like
that's what I'm saying.
I have confidence in him to be good. Like I don't think nobody's ever gonna stop him scoring wise. I just think if he's able to stay healthy, that's my biggest thing.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
his health is going to
Yeah,
be
if he can stay
very
healthy,
vital.
It's pretty good. Like, of course, I ain't saying he's gonna be doing MVP stuff already this year, but eventually, yeah, he gonna be that dude.
Yeah.
you can just tell.
For sure.
Especially, and like the big thing is he's with Greg Popovich. Like, he's gonna simplify the game. So he literally couldn't have fell in no other perfect team than the Spurs. He fell to Greg, where he can just simplify the game for him. You don't have to worry about too much. You don't have to worry about trying to do all this. Like, even the other night, they weren't even really calling his plays. Every time he scored was just off a feel from him. So I think I'm on the Wemby train. I ain't gonna lie.
He also got a great point guard feeding him the ball.
Oh my god.
He didn't start last night.
Yeah, but he's still a
They
great
started
point guard.
Jimmy Sohan.
Okay, if you want to keep talking about Duke players, if we're being honest, there's not that much.
Cooper
good-
Flag, the Yukon.
There's not. If he goes to UConn, I think Eric would cry.
There's no need to. It's
If-
been a lock for over a year
Okay,
now.
I'm just saying, but if we're being honest about Duke players, there's not that many good Duke players. in the
Fact.
league
Wow,
right
that's
now.
crazy. That's a hot
If
take.
It's okay. I'm just saying. Let me think.
You got.
Kentucky players in the NBA are better than Duke players right now.
I
hands
could
down.
agree with
I
that.
can agree with that.
Thank you. But then we had this whole argument
We
last
had
year.
it last year, yeah.
Okay, thank you. I mean, y'all got. I think y'all don't have the most. Y'all don't even have the most. Y'all don't have the most.
Kentucky's got the
Yeah,
most.
Kentucky's got the most, and Kentucky got the best.
What about it?
Wait, I'm trying to think. Who's the best player in the NBA out of Kentucky right now?
AD.
AD for sure.
And the best player.
Oh no, Shea.
I would pick
De'Aaron
Shea.
Fox?
No,
I would
it's
say
Shea.
The best,
Shea's
I would say
better
the
than
best.
Shea.
Yeah, I would say the best NBA player right now out of Kentucky is Shea.
Shea
And
is
JT.
the best,
nice.
And the best NBA player is
JT.
Yeah,
JT is
but,
better than
Definitely.
Shea.
but
Yeah.
if we're being
J-
honest, Jason Tatum is a little overrated. For being
I could
100%.
agree with that.
Thank you.
Until he gets MVP this
His
year.
past two,
He's a little overrated.
his past two postseason performances have been pretty atrocious.
Pretty bad. And so he's a little overrated.
Top
Just-
10 still.
I'm not. I'm a big Tatum fan.
At the back of the top 10.
I'm a big.
Okay. Well, let's see the top 10. So we got Embiid, we got Giannis, we got Luka, we
Jokic.
got Jokic, we
Curry.
got Curry, we got KD, we
Booker.
got Booker, we got.
You think Dame's in there?
I would personally put Dame
I would
in there.
put Dame
I
in
would.
there.
I don't know if I put Dame over JT right now.
What?
Only because
because-
Dame was hurt. So
Yeah.
okay,
You gotta remember,
fine.
he still
okay,
averaged
fine. But
30.
we still
And
hold on. We still got 3 more.
LeBron.
Oh, you guys still put
Nah,
LeBron.
nah,
No,
nah,
you
nah,
still at
nah,
the end of the
LeBron
day,
is still top 10.
You still have to put LeBron top 10.
If Embiid
Like,
is top 10,
you
Bron
still
definitely
have-
needs to
at
be
the
in
end
there.
You still have to put LeBron. So you got 2 more.
JT.
He might fit in there now I think about it. Hold on, let me.
Because
No, JT gonna make it.
Okay, but like if we're going like everybody's healthy, then he's not, because I'm putting Kawhi in there and I'm putting Dame in there if they're healthy. Now because they weren't been healthy, then all right. Off of last year, fine, you can put Jason Tatum.
He'll be close. He's in the 9 to 11 range.
If based off last year, he's in that. But if we're just everybody's
What are
healthy,
we doing? What are we talking about? We just said Shea. He was first team All NBA.
oh well, then he's Shea and
JT's better
Shea and
than
JT.
Tatum. They're right next to each other, I think.
Yeah,
I don't-
but if everybody's
JT's a way
healthy,
better
if
defender.
everybody in the league is healthy and
It's Shea.
Bro, Shea averages more steals than Tatum.
no, Tatum is not a better defender than Shea.
You're
Stop that.
crazy.
Whatever.
No, but if everybody in the league was healthy, like at their best, what they can do, Jason Tatum's not top 10.
I think he's like 11th or 10th. He's right there.
But
for
would
me.
you put Paul George over Jason Tatum? Yeah.
Not right now.
No, I'm saying like health. If he
Healthy
was
Paul
George.
George?
Like
Not at
Paul,
this point
okay,
in his
Paul
career.
George at his best, Jason Tatum at their best. Who you taking?
Right now, if they're both healthy right now, I'm taking Tatum. If you take OKC Paul George, I'm taking an OKC Paul George.
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know.
You got Tatum. I don't think Tatum's to his prime yet either, which is crazy.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm definitely taking Kawhi over Tatum if he's healthy. I'm definitely taking that. But Paul George.
I don't think I could. I think I'm gonna go with Tatum over the Paul George.
Even though I'm kind of.
I would agree with that.
I would
I'll go
probably
with
have
Tatum.
to say Tatum. But the Celtics to me is just the way they play just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's an awful offense, but
And they're gonna be like, of course, people say, yeah, they made the East Conference Finals. They made it to the finals a couple years ago, but they didn't win, and they kind of play the same way. Jason Tatum plays the same way. Jason Brown plays.
You can say the same thing about Paul George though.
Yeah, but like he's not
Playoff P.
He's been hurt,
Pandemic P.
and like I'm not like team. I'm talking about the Celtics teams now. Like
I don't like the roster.
I don't like the way they play. They all those shots are just too hard at the end of the day. Like they can hit
Facts.
them, but when you're trying to hit them consistently in the playoffs, that's why they always come up short.
Like that's why the Rockets came up short, missing like 30-something threes
Yeah,
in a
that's
row.
what I'm saying.
27.
So like when you take, if you
Yeah.
can't, if they can learn to simplify a game for themselves, like if Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown learn to get like easy buckets, I mean like post up layups easy, not fadeaway step backs, then that's when they'll be.
Yeah.
Because like right now, like you said, like how much better can they get? Only skill wise, they can't really get that much better. It's more how they play. Can they get,
I
if they
think
can
Drew
change
Holiday
that.
is a big. He's definitely the key point. For
Yeah,
him
Drew
now.
Holiday.
I
But
think
like
he's more of an anchor than Marcus Smart was.
Yeah,
He's-
but the only
he's gonna
thing
be
about
the-
Drew Holiday is he dribbles. Like Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown love to dribble.
That is
Marcus
true.
Smart wasn't really like coming off a screen.
trying to get
Drew
to it.
Holiday would get to it too. So
I mean,
got
he had to
great-
do that last year because Chris was hurt.
Yeah,
But, like,
so, I mean,
I would say before Chris was hurt, he's probably averaging like 14.
yeah.
So like,
No, I know this is really random, but did you hear when Curry said he was the best point guard ever, and what Magic Johnson said?
I didn't hear what Matt Jones said.
You didn't hear what y'all didn't
I
hear?
heard Curry.
I
say
kind
that.
of heard something
I
about
did hear
this.
it. He said if he gets like 2 more rings and another MVP, then he'll be there.
Yeah, that's what Magic said.
And I agree with that.
I was
Magic
like-
I could
better.
agree with
No.
I put Magic number 1 still.
Curry's best
I
point
mean,
guard.
so when Curry said, he was like, "Yeah, I'm the best point guard ever."
I think
was like,
he's the most. Obviously, he's the best shooter of all time. But like, who would you want on your team? I would probably. I don't know. You want both, but like Magic was brought into like a way better situation. Granted, but a 6'9" point guard
and what
and can defend.
Especially what he said, Magic was like, he didn't even like, wasn't there trying to argue. Magic was like, hey, once he gets like 2 more Finals MVPs, leading the league, lead the NBA in all-time assists. He like start naming off all his stats.
Yeah,
in
he's
that
got-
podcast. I was like, he said if he gets all that, then hey, then he can beat him. He said, but he doesn't have that right now, so I was like,
If you look at
He's
their
the most
stats,
threes made of all time, though. I mean,
just on paper, it's not really close right
yeah,
now.
on paper, okay, yes, that's
Magic
true.
Johnson's way ahead of him.
Because Magic, like, who gets to the finals rookie year and gets
Finals MVP.
Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, so like, yes, on paper, straight up, but like, you just talking about let's roll the balls out.
I'm saying Curry.
I mean,
Curry.
obviously, I think we would all want Curry. But
just
like,
I don't know.
He's
bro.
really,
It
like-
would depend on which era I'm playing in and what team I got.
current era, I think you got to go with Curry.
Yeah,
just the
for
spacing
sure.
that
right
he gives
now, and even back then, Curry was still gonna do his thing. But I don't know, man. I feel like if I had Magic, I would have to give him more. If I had Curry, I wouldn't have to give him as much. I would like no offense, Magic. Like my dad's favorite player of all time is Magic. I'm a big Lakers fan. Lakers gonna win a championship this year. Okay, so let's
Hot
get that,
take.
okay?
Hot take.
So, but I love Magic. But if you look at how many Hall of Famers Magic Johnson played with, Magic played with Kareem, James Worthy. He played with what's his name?
Michael Cooper.
He wasn't Hall of Famer.
He wasn't?
No, he played. No, Mike Cooper not Hall of Fame now. He played with somebody else that was on that team.
I mean, it don't really matter because he played with Kareem his entire career.
Yeah, and so
Facts.
it's like that team had like 6 Hall of Famers on there. So at the end of the day, it was like, yeah, you can good at. But
Like
Curry played with good teams like when KD and them. But even before KD got there,
Yeah, Monte.
Did you guys hear what when Jordan Poole got punched by Draymond Green, it got released like what Jordan Poole said to him.
That's
No,
an
what-
expensive bag for 30.
Yeah,
What did he say?
he said that he's an expensive backpack for 30 or something like that.
That's what he said.
Saying
to
Steph
Draymond?
Curry carried him his whole career.
Facts.
There was
Wait,
there was
that's what he
multiple
said?
meanings behind it. It wasn't just that. It was
Yeah.
it was
I
like
never
it was
knew
like
that.
3 different insults just all in one.
His backpack jumper.
Because that's the other thing. His contract was
Like 30
30 mil or something.
That's what he said. I never knew that. That's what got him punched.
Yeah.
Heck, I
And
would've
kicked off
punched
the
him.
Warriors. How do we feel about Poole? Because personally, I think he's smooth, but it's like you can't go from having 41 in a preseason game to 7 the next night. And
He's
it's
like what I was saying about Jalen Brown. Everything is just like every time he scores, it's a highlight play.
The only person
I
that
don't know.
can
We
do
locked him
that
up last night.
consistently
That's all
is
I'm saying.
Kyrie.
Right. That's a good
Kyrie's
point.
the only dude that can.
Can like every bucket is
hard.
It's hard. It's just tween, cross, tween, push back, read, go back here, step back, spin, finish, jelly. Like that's a lot every time down. And that's why he's have like great highs and then low lows because them highlight plays ain't gonna happen. So once he learns to simplify it and he can get easy with it. But straight up, Jordan Poole is good.
I mean, we locked him up last night. It's all good.
Oh, he did play. Well, how much he finished with?
Like 17.
Y'all win?
We won 143 to 120.
Just Pacers?
Yeah.
I say for him.
Dang.
for all
We're
y'all
going to be a
don't know.
fun team to watch. That's all I got to say.
Hey, Tyrese is nice.
Hot take, 4 seed. 4 seed, hot take.
Okay, hottest take this year. Let me hear it.
Hottest take of
Hottest
this
take.
year?
Who gonna be hottest take? Wait, who gonna win Rookie of the Year? Wemby.
Wemby.
Or Chet, one of the two.
I think I
Wemby's
took Chet.
I think I'm.
Oh, he is rookie. Dang, he is.
I think I took Chet just because, I mean, he didn't play good last night. Because
I'm still going Wemby.
But
Sorry. If
I
Wemby
don't-
stays healthy, I'm going Wemby. Because
they
at the
have
end of the day,
this-
Chet gotta defer to Shea. Wemby at the end of the day don't really have to
Also,
defer to anybody.
At the end of the day,
Devin Vassell.
if they have the same stats, at the end of the year, Wembanyama's going to win because of
right,
Frank.
exactly.
Facts.
So
So
he's
he's-
gonna win Rookie. Okay, who win most improved?
Most improved?
Who played with the Thunder?
Josh Giddey?
Yep, most improved.
That's a hot take.
Most
If he has anything other than a left-handed layup straight to the basket, then yeah, he'll be most improved.
he gonna win most improved. He gonna win him or Gabe Vincent. Yep.
Gabe Vincent?
I'm not on that hype train.
I'm not on the Gabe
Yep.
Vincent
Hey man,
train.
Gabe Vincent gonna have a great year for the Lakers when we head our way to the championship.
I think I'm gonna.
I actually like my first pick better, Josh Giddey. He gonna win most improved.
I am gonna go Russell Westbrook.
That's actually a hot take. That's crazy.
Because I think he actually has his confidence back.
Okay.
I like that.
And Ty
Okay,
Lue's
actually, I'm
actually
not
gonna
mad at
let
that.
him do his thing.
Okay, defensive player of the year.
I'm going to say
Dare I
that it's
say-
not going to be Jaren Jackson.
Definitely not Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, but they're known to give out.
Better
That's
not be
back
Rudy
end.
Gobert.
The
Yeah.
stat
Heck
not.
no.
inflated stats last year.
I think it's either gonna be Giannis or AD. Those are my two.
I feel like it's going to be someone different.
I already know who it's gonna be. Y'all ready? He's gonna win Rookie of the Year this year.
You're crazy.
You saying it's Wemby too? No. No.
Damn.
You gotta stop.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me
Look,
wrong. The
look,
media's been
I'm not-
putting this guy up in the stars like
Look,
way more than anybody
right,
else. But
and
like,
I'm not like hyping him up to a ridiculous point. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep saying it. Bro is 7'5". You saw when Kyrie tried to get to the lane and shoot that fadeaway.
It didn't get blocked.
Yes, he did. That was his first block of his NBA career. Was old Kyrie.
Okay.
that's kind of nice. That's a good memory to have.
So,
I'm gonna.
defensive player of the year.
I'm
I'm
probably
going
gonna-
either Wemby or I go AD too.
I think I'm gonna go AD.
I go
If I
AD.
if I had to pick one over Giannis,
If he can stay healthy.
I'm gonna go AD because he averaged like 5 blocks in the preseason, and he had like 4 against the Nuggets.
Okay.
Yeah, he still got cooked, but
Okay, 6 man of the year. It's Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, be a
He's
good-
starting.
No, but he's going. They got.
They're gonna
They
move
got.
him.
They have to.
They'll move him
They
back when
have to. If
Draymond's
you watch
back.
that game, that he has to go to the bench.
Yeah, because their
They
bench
have
is
right. They
have
have
no
nothing,
bench.
and he can manage them. Like
Six-
imagine imagine other teams' bench playing Warriors bench with Chris Paul out there.
Is Westbrook starting?
Hey,
Westbrook should
Westbrook
start.
is starting. Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna go
Pick it-
hot take. I'm gonna go Buddy Hield.
I like that a lot, actually.
I'm gonna go
I
Buddy
like that a
Hield.
You
lot.
know what? I would like to change my pick to Buddy Hield.
I agree with
He
that.
had a
too.
solid
I would-
15 off the bench
I would like
last
to
night.
change my pick to Buddy Hield.
Oh,
That's
Cam Thomas. He's up there.
Cam
Oh,
Thomas.
he had
Okay,
38
never mind. I would like to change my
36.
pick again.
What team is he even on now? Cam
The
Thomas?
Nets.
Still
He's still
is.
on the Nets.
Yeah,
He's
he had
nice.
like 30 something last
36.
night. Yeah,
He's the
like-
only person I've ever seen that's been able to score like the same way he was in high school.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm definitely changing my pick to Cam Thomas.
I'm gonna
He's
stick
gonna-
with Buddy Hield
I'm
because he's gonna be the
sticking with
most.
Buddy Hield.
No,
he's
I
gonna
gotta go.
I'm gonna go Cam Thomas.
I've got to go Cam Thomas.
He's gonna be
Cam-
the most consistent.
Cam's going to score like 2 points next game.
That's very true. I'm gonna change my pick again to Buddy Hield.
That's what I'm saying. Buddy's gonna give you 14 to 17
Wait,
every
no,
game.
the
I think.
Pacers aren't gonna be good enough
Yes,
to give
we
him 6 man a
are.
year. I'm
They're gonna be the
sorry.
4th
No,
seed,
I'm
Jen
changing my
already
pick
said.
again back to Chris Paul.
You need to stop.
I'm sorry. Okay, all right. What's the next
MVP.
one?
I'm going to go Luka.
No, they've been now. The only thing about Luka is they've been waiting to hand Luka MVP.
That's why.
Facts.
But he. I'm not
take.
on it.
I got a hot take.
Okay, let me hear it.
After last year's MVP award was basically a fine, we'll give it to you award. I feel like it belongs to Jokic. And I feel like if he plays well, if he keeps playing the way he has, it's going to him. That's a hot take, I know.
I see, like, I want to say Luka, but, like, he goes through a stretch every year for, like, 2 to 3 weeks where he just, like, he struggles.
And my thing is, like, if you look at his numbers, he's probably going to average the same thing he did last year.
Like 30, 10, and
yeah,
10.
so it's not going to be, he's not going to do anything much better numbers-wise than he did last year. The only difference is his team might be better, so then they probably give it to him.
Yeah.
So... I don't know MVP.
Who
did you say? You said Luka?
I want it to be a race between Luka and JT. But
JT's going to be up there.
I mean, yeah.
If they can be consistent,
he's going to be the
he'll
same thing in my head to like Luka. He's going to have the same numbers he did last year.
He'll go cold at one point.
But and they were like, what seed were they were?
Two.
Yeah, so like he's going to have the same. His team is not going to be much better. So I mean, they might get it to him. The only way he get it is if he have like some crazy performances. Like if he go out there and get 60.
Yeah.
And get probably a couple 50-point games.
I would say it would be Jokic because I mean like there's
Jokic
nobody gonna stop him.
Yeah, he's gonna do
and he'll probably be close to average a triple double. Like the crazy like he doesn't like he's once you like the actual definition of like being an MVP like he averaged like 23 last year and they won the championship. Like, like he don't need to score, but he's gonna score when he needs to.
I mean, I want Dame to get his MVP.
Oh, he ain't getting it.
No, he's not.
Right. Okay, whoa, let's calm down.
He ain't getting it with
all
Giannis.
three y'all just jumped on the no. Relax.
Well, that's because Giannis you can't have two guys up there.
But who
he can win his championship, not his MVP. Who I think's
gonna win? I don't know.
I think I'm going Jokic.
I might have to go Jokic. Yeah, Jokic or Giannis.
I was gonna go Jokic or Luka. I think Luka. It all depends on where they finish.
You know what? Nope. God, I don't even know how to take. I'm going Shea.
I was thinking Shea, but I don't think they're gonna be good enough.
I think they're gonna be decent. I'm going Shea.
I don't think they're gonna be good
enough.
enough.
As my sleeper pick, I'm going Shea.
That would be my sleeper pick if I had to pick one.
If I had to pick a sleeper pick, it'd be Shea.
I think he'll definitely finish top 5 with the two I said and Jokic and Giannis.
No, that's good. Who the 3 finalists? So I'm thinking Jokic, Shea, and probably Giannis. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they would be the finalists. Because it's 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would probably go them 3.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think Shea's team's good enough. They'll be like a 6 seed, but like he's gonna do the same thing he did. Like he's gonna average like 33.
Yeah.
Like 6 and 6 or something.
I feel like they're gonna be probably better.
Oh, they will.
Young. They're gonna get Chet. They had that year of actually being respectable. So I
their
think
bench is a little bit better.
Who gonna win the NBA championship?
Nuggets.
I mean, there's no reason to not say it's going to be Nuggets Bucks in the finals.
I really don't.
And I hope, let's all pray that Damian Lillard gets his NBA championship.
I don't know about that. The city of Denver was very happy this summer. Yeah, I gotta support them.
Yeah. I think the Nuggets are going to be there again.
The Nuggets I think will make they lost Bruce Brown and Jeff Green, 2 of their core pieces, but like you kept the core.
Yeah, if they stay healthy,
it's not going to matter. And Mike Malone's going to win Coach of the Year.
I agree with that.
Wait, did he win last year?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's going to win it this year.
It doesn't.
They're going to go like 72 and 10.
He did not. The Kings coach won it last year.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Mike Brown did win.
The Kings are tough, though.
The Kings are tough. He's not going to win Coach of the Year. Well, he didn't win last year, so he might.
Here's my question about Dame.
Yeah, I'm listening.
How is he going to react? How is he going to play with another superstar with him?
Because
he's been alone over in Portland.
He had CJ.
He had CJ, yes,
CJ
but like
McCollum.
that's not another superstar,
That's
you know.
True.
Like,
but I feel like
I think he's gonna love it.
Yeah, I think that's a good point because he's never played with another one. But I feel like if it was any other superstar, it might be a problem. But with Giannis,
I think that fits on
Giannis is just going.
I think it's like the perfect time in his career. Like you put 11 years into Portland, and you did everything you could as a point guard, and like he's like I'll come back if you guys want me, but like.
Yeah, man, it's time for him
like
to get a chip.
Playing with the modern day Shaq with the dude that can shoot from 40 feet.
Yes, they're gonna be a problem.
Casually.
And then you still not even talking about Chris Middleton.
Chris
Middleton has times where he's like
the best player in the world.
Yeah, man.
If he can give them like 17 to 18, you'll be fine with that.
Yeah, the Bucks. Yeah, I think especially now you got 2 closers, and of course Damian Lillard, the best closer in the NBA, hands down. And then Chris Middleton, because years prior, Giannis didn't close it. They knew give it to Chris.
Yeah,
because he can hit free throws too, and he had that clutch gene. So you got 2. So I think It's a
I think it's Denver Bucks
if
finals.
they both stay healthy, yeah.
But if I had to pick one, I would say. I mean, it really depends on chemistry, but I really think I would take Bucks in 7, even though I would love to see the Nuggets win it again. But I had the Bucks last year and they got beat. So
Yeah,
you know,
that was. I think the Bucks gonna come out the East.
without a doubt.
Yeah,
I think so too,
I
yeah.
think now, either both of them. I think the Nuggets would be more likely to lose than the Bucks. Because
And like
West-
in the playoffs,
yes, in the
because the
playoffs,
West
because
is
the West
hard
is
right now.
Tough. You got like even the bottom of the West.
Tough,
It's
yeah.
tough. Like like
There's no breaks.
no, like the Pelicans, and then when Ja comes back,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
and then the OKC, my sleeper pick Shea gonna win MVP.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm saying.
You got
It's-
Minnesota sneaking in there. a few
Yeah, and like Ant gonna go crazy.
times.
Which,
They were the only team to steal a game from them last year.
and oh yeah, that's right.
Before the finals.
That's right. And I think and Timberwolves' good point. Like I think they need to stop trying to build around Cat and realize Anthony
Build around
Edwards is their
Ant.
best player.
Facts.
Ant could be a
That's
sleeper
facts.
for most improved.
You know,
Not most
what?
improved. I think.
He only averaged like
that's-
20.
Yeah, no, but I
19,
said
20.
because remember, because a few years ago, who did they give it to? They gave it to a star. Was it? They wasn't Curry. They
It was
gave it to-
Pascal
not
Siakam.
Curry.
No, it was somebody like bigger that they gave it to somebody.
Didn't Ja get it or something?
I don't remember somebody like that, but I think that is. a
They
sleeper
did
pick.
give it to Ja.
That's what I said. It was somebody who was like already a star.
His
that-
shooting improved.
Yeah, so Ant could probably win
You
most
need to
improved.
stop.
That's
Sorry.
actually crazy. I
Sorry.
didn't even realize. You know what?
I didn't realize it either.
I didn't even realize he said it until Jan. All right, you know what? Yeah, that's actually crazy.
My bad. I couldn't help myself on that one.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah. So I think most likely the Nuggets will be the one to lose, than the Bucks,
Yeah.
because you got the potential, NBA champion, the Lakers. You got the Clippers, who finally gonna be able to play some games this year. You got Luka. Then you still got Wemby, who gonna take
The
his-
Suns.
I didn't even think about the Suns. The West.
They're
is-
too selfish.
Yeah, the West is tough. Dang, that's actually crazy.
All right. Is there any final things you guys want to add, or are we good?
Nah, man, just appreciate it, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you guys
I
for
had a
coming.
fun time, dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Yeah.
As a final statement, I'm going to say the Suns are going to win the championship and Grayson Allen's getting finals MVP.
Okay,
That's my cue.
Okay,
Yep,
I think
that's
that's a
Play the
good place
music
to
and
end
turn
it.
it
Get out
off.
of here.
Thank you guys
Buddy
for
Hield,
coming
6 man.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
This has been the Trojan Insight. Thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.